Hi, my name is Allison Dragan. I'm an instructional designer and e-learning developer from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So for me, instructional design is something that I've been doing my whole entire life. When I talk about my professional background, I always dreamed of doing something where I could help others. I've worked in all different facets of traditional education, and there were certain parts of education and teaching and learning that I absolutely loved, but I just hit a point where I just wasn't able to grow any further of what I really wanted to do with the rest of my life. And when I came across instructional design, as I continued to learn more about it, and specifically e-learning development, it's funny because this career takes all these random little talents that I've had just as a person in my own personal life and puts all of those things together. So to be able to take all of those things and put them all together in one career is extremely appealing to me. And that's what drew me to instructional design and e-learning. So, as I was going along in my search to move from traditional education into the corporate world, you could find YouTube videos and all those things, but is just not enough. I wanted to be really good at it. I wanted to make sure that I was learning from the best. So as I was searching along in my journey to move into instructional design and e-learning development, I was researching many different companies that were offering boot camp style type programs. I was also looking into possible master's degrees, and I figured out, I already had 2 master's degrees that are already in curriculum instruction and technology, so I was like, I don't think I need another one of those, but I need the skills, and I need someone who's gonna guide me in the right direction on my unique path. And as I was vetting all these different boot camps and things that I was looking into, one of the things that I started to notice were some red flags that were starting to turn me off, to make me think, well, I don't know if this is going to be a right fit for me. And one of those things was, the cookie cutter type portfolio. And to me, that cookie cutter type thing wasn't going to set me apart from other people in the field. Another thing that I really noticed that was a red flag to me was that few of those boot camp type companies were very high pressure. And what I mean by that is they were, telling me, oh, you have this deadline. If you don't sign up by this time, then I'm going to increase the price by this much money. And that just seemed very, snake oil type feeling to me. It didn't give me a very good feeling that, if I don't make a decision in 3 days, now the price is going to increase by $1,000. That just seemed very off to me as someone who has been educating other people my whole entire life, that really truly wants to help people. You wouldn't be doing that. I wanted to make sure who it was going to be delivering the information to me that really is an expert in their field. So when I was vetting these different types of companies, I started to look to see what is their background, what are they saying about themselves, and that's essentially what ended up leading me to Tim. And I was kind of at the point where I was like, all right, this is getting a little bit annoying because I'm finding very fake types of learning, like people that are not really coming across as who they say they are. So when I got finally around to Tim through all of my research and, chatting with him on LinkedIn, right away, Tim's green flag was, well, hey, can I talk to you? Let's get on a call. Let me help you. Let me see what it is are you looking to do. And the other thing that really resonated with me right off the bat with Tim is that there was literally no pressure. He was not trying to sell me something. He was not trying to tell me a cost of this or if I need to do this by this time. He was just genuinely talking to me about what was I, where did I come from? What was I doing? Why was I interested in this? And he also really made me think about my own self and why I wanted to do this. And Tim will say that frequently when you meet with him or if you're on any of his live sessions. If you really want to be good at instructional design and e-learning development, you have to want to do it and want to better yourself. And I think that's one of the great things about Tim is that he doesn't just let anybody into his academy. So that was just right off the bat a huge, huge, huge green flag about Tim, was just the very genuine wanting to help me, whatever path I was going to end up taking, whether it be him or something completely different. And some of the things that I think really resonated with me and that really caught my eye of why I ended up deciding to go through the academy was, number one, it's very skills-based and very unique to each individual. And what I mean by that is there's an overall program that you do at your own pace. You do not have to work at a certain speed or match what somebody else is doing depending on what's happening in your life at that time. Everything in his program, in my opinion, is very expertly chunked. So as you're going along and you're learning, he breaks it down into very, very specific chunks of information so that you can learn a very specific skill and understand how it works before you move on to the next skill. The other thing, regarding the actual content of the courses is it is real world application. And it also is applying it to a real world problem or issue that you would see with a corporate organization. I also loved that he offers live sessions, and the live sessions are actually with him, not another random instructional designer or person. You also get one-on-one time to be able to meet with Tim, which is extremely valuable, where you can talk about and work on your own individual needs and your own individual path. Tim is always along the way, always reassuring everyone, don't worry about what somebody next to you is doing. Don't worry about, they finished this at this time. It's your unique journey, and I'm here to help you on your unique journey. He really wants to be able to help you, on your own individual level, and that takes a lot more effort to do that, but that's what's so great about Tim is him, being able to take that extra time to help everybody along their journey, wherever that may be. But the part that was really exciting to me and that was way more than I expected was the level of feedback that Tim gives you is just invaluable. And never in a million years would I thought that I would be getting as much feedback as I get from Tim. And I think that that's the other unique part about this is that if this is really what you're meant to do, and when you meet with Tim and decide to learn about the program, you will be able to see right away why people talk about his program the way that they do, because he's able to give you that encouragement and support and help you to advance yourself and really make you feel confident in your unique skills. So when I think about somebody who is going to thrive in the instructional design, e-learning development world, or in Tim's program, to me, you have to be coming into this with a mindset that you are going to get the tools that you need, but you have to be able to do the actual work. Tim is not going to do the work for you, and you're only going to be as good as what you do yourself. No matter what type of academy or whatever you do educationally, those people are not going to be there when you're actually in the real world. You have to be able to back up what you're able to do, and you have to be able to do it on your own and be able to explain what it is you do. So I think that's very, very unique to Tim, is that, he does not have a cookie cutter approach. You have content that everybody needs to learn, but then there's all these other pieces in there of your unique parts that you want to learn or do that Tim is there to help you and guide you along the way.
I don't know why that was funny.
It's me being weird. I told you I'm weird. I'm like, he's gonna think I'm so weird once he meets. Oh.